ACCUSTATS Video Productions presents from Portland, Maine, 14.1 World-Class Straight Pool. I'm Bill Incardona along with former world champion Danny Diliberto. Danny, the tournament started with 33 of the finest straight pool players in the world and 3 9-ball players.
I believe it was 38, but
well, 3 9-ball players.
Right.
And who would have thought that the 3 9-ball players that have tried to make this transition from 9-ball to straight pool would still be left in the tournament?
The last 4.
Yeah, there's only 4 players left. 2 undefeated players, C.J. Wiley and Nick Vlahos. And the feature match, EFREN the Magician Reyes and EARL Strickland. Now, last night was a very exciting night. Both of these players ran a lot of balls last night. Reyes defeated Rimpey and ran 123 balls in doing so. And on the adjacent table, I think Earl was playing Mike Zuglin, and
yes,
he ran 112 balls.
110.
110?
110.
So, I guess this is going to be a pretty exciting match.
I would say so, and but I like to change one little thing. They're not only 9-ball players; they're 3 of the best 9-ball players. So you're not just talking about some Mickey Mouse player making a transition. You're talking about the very best going into straight pool, and they're doing a great job. Anyway, Strickland won the leg, and EFREN broke and made a perfect break. Earl's looking around for a dead one, but I can't imagine any dead one right now. He's going to have to play it safe. And he has a different style of safety. You know, he's trying to do things a little unconventional with safeties, you know. That's one of the rare times he'll take a scratch, but that's a useless scratch because he didn't change the balls. You know, if you're going to take a scratch into the pile, you got to knock some balls loose so the opponent can't put you upstream again with the same situation. That was a wasted scratch. By the time he gets on 2 scratches, he's got to change this so he's out of the trap.
Well, what would you do then if you were him?
I would shoot into the 3 and knock a few balls loose, so it would be a little dangerous. See, it's inexperience showing right here. He should have gone into the 3 and loosened some balls, the first scratch. And then after that, you can go upstream because the guy can't put you in a real trap anymore. There were balls loose. Well, he made it an easy inning for EFREN right now.
And not only that, Strickland finds himself on 2 scratches.
Right. EFREN doesn't even need a break shot when he stops. Now, that's another thing about straight pool. You have to remember, in case EFREN runs a lot of balls, it's possible he could forget that the opponent's on 2 scratches. This is very big here. Because anytime he gets safe or doesn't have a good break shot, he could shoot the ball in, throw the cue ball up the Brunswick, and the man will have to shoot at a full rack.
I believe he has the 4 ball, and if he doesn't have the 4, I look for him to cut in the 1.
Yeah. He does this real good.
Very difficult
twirls
shot.
This in.
4. Fairly difficult shot, which once again he made seem like it was very easy.
Well, he was close to the ball. If you're close to the ball, I mean, you can make a better hit on it if it's a real fine hit. But anyway, I like to say something because this is really, you know, in the last 10 years, there's been an influx of Filipino players, and they all play real well. And I've been trying to figure out why. The other day I was talking to EFREN, and he has fantastic eyesight. I'm just wondering if there's some diet they have that all their eyes are better than the Americans because they all play so well. I mean, yes. I'd have to look into their diet. I swear it.
There's quite a few Filipino players. There's Leonardo Ondam.
Oh, we can go on.
Luat, Francisco Bustamante, Jose Perica, EFREN Reyes, Antonio Leaning, which we don't really know very well here in the United States. He made 1 appearance here. It was in Reno, I do believe. But they're just
there's Al Lupino. Don't forget Al Lupino. And then there's another little one out of San Diego that's winning all the tournaments out west. It's just fantastic.
And all the Filipinos seem to have one characteristic very similar to one another, and that is that they're able to thinly hit balls, all just as thinly as they need.
And they all have those big, long, slow strokes. Like they seem to glide the tip at the cue ball.
7 ball. 9.
Well, back to the game here. Looks like he's going to try to leave the 15, I would say. Wouldn't you, Billy?
Yeah, and he needs to get rid of that 14 and 2.
Well, I would shoot the 10, 2, 3, 14, and 8. That's how I would get to these balls.
Well, that looks like a pretty good lay. Nice pattern. They all connect with one another.
Right.
3 to the 14, to 14 and 8, and this fall nicely above the 15. Now he has to be careful with this shot.
This has to bounce
Hit it
out
softly.
in between. Perfect. If the tree ball wasn't hanging so well, you know, he'd have to do something intricate. But, you know, get out in the open, make the 3, and the rest of the layout is facing you.
Yeah, a little careless there.
Yeah.
But he wanted to make sure he didn't attain the straight-in shot on the 14.
Right. Just enough angle to get off the rail and stroke the cue ball off the 8.
13.
Just perfect. Perfect angle. He don't even have to hit a rail now.
8 ball.
He can just shoot it and glance over that.
Run a 14.
Perfect. This is what he looked like last night, you know, running those 123s. I mean, he did, everything just looked like he'd never stopped. He never had a tough shot. And it looked like he was going to go forever, and his concentration lagged, and he missed kind of easy shot. It looked like 150 and out.
You know, I would really love to watch EFREN play straight pool for a longer period of time. For instance, I would like to see him play straight pool for at least the next 6 months, because I'm kind of curious how well he would play the game after that period. Right now, you know, he's had very little experience playing straight pool, but yet, you know, he's very capable of running probably 200 balls, and that was evidenced last night when he ran 123. But when he's at the table, he's such a beautiful player to watch, and when he gets rolling, like you said, it looks like he's never may miss a ball.
No, but unfortunately, there's not a lot of straight pool tournaments, so he would have no real reason to play this game after today, till maybe next year, a month before the next straight pool tournament.
7 ball.
The rest of the year now will be 9-ball tournaments.
Matter of fact, in a little more than a week from now, we're going to have the U.S. Open in Chesapeake, Virginia, and he'll have to defend his title down there because he was the U.S. Open champion last year.
Well, in the last few months, he's got a lot of titles that he'll have to defend next time around. He's been on a roll.
Well, he went through a drought where he just wasn't able to win a tournament, finishing second. And then he broke the ice with the Open. He broke the ice with the U.S. Open last year, and since then he's won 3 9-ball tournaments and a World 8-ball event.
Yeah, he's on a similar roll that I say roll. That's sounding like it's chance, but it has to do with their great play. But Nick Varner a few years ago had a similar kind of run. He won a number of tournaments consecutively, and that's so tough to do with all these great players.
Yeah, I believe that was in '88 when he was Player of the Year. He was Player of the Year in '88, and I do believe '89, or was it Strickland was Player of the Year in '89? He shared the honors with Davenport. But it was '88 where Nick was on fire, winning about 13 tournaments.
Amazing.
During that year. I mean, what an accomplishment that was. 13 tournaments.
Well, the way EFREN's going, he may win more than that this year. The year has, 4 more months?
What a beautiful hit. He hit the 9-ball and got a little unlucky. He can see the 6.
Yeah, he's got the 6. No problem. He can reach it.
And this is
3 balls a break shot. He just has to get the balls off the table, pick the right pattern, so that 1 ball goes to the next effortlessly.
Now the 11 ball was a very similar shot to the 1 ball that he missed last night while he was running his 123 balls, and that's where he failed to pocket a ball. It was a very similar shot than he has here on the 11.
These are a little tricky, you know. If that 8 weren't where it was, it would be easy, but it's there. He's got to do something pretty good here.
23.
Maybe he'll play the 1
And the 9.
yeah, the 9 will break loose to 10 from the 2, and he'll hit that softly because
He'll have the 8.
he's got such a great finesse stroke. He'll hit this softly and making sure that the 10 and the 2 don't really run away from him.
9 ball.
Well, the 2 is going to go out to the middle of the table, sort of, and the 10 will go towards that rail, and he should have the 8 next.
25.
And if he falls on the 10, he just has to go forward, shoot the 2 on the side, and he's off again.
Well, he's choosing to play 2, 10, 8,
Yeah, this is fine.
which is fine.
26.
And if you notice his demeanor at the table today compared to actually the first day of play, a lot less indecision out there on his part.
Well, he seems to have control of what he's doing. There's no accidents happening right now.
I would venture to say since Wednesday when the tournament began, he has learned so much.
Well, that's how he is. I don't know if you remember when he first came to this country, he was a great 9-ball player, but he couldn't play 1-pocket. Within a few years, he was the best 1-pocket player on earth. You know, don't you agree? He's the best 1-pocket player?
It's not even close.
Yeah.
You know, his the skills that he has playing 1-pocket, I think he can take most advantage of the skills that he has.
And you don't know, you know the man very well. You've played him many times. I'll tell you what I've noticed him doing. He picks out players that he thinks can play a game that he's unfamiliar with, and he sits and watches very closely. Very intelligent that way.
29.
They're
Well,
open
he's
again.
on a run of 28 now, 29 now.
29 zip. He can go forward to the 9. He can go into the little cluster.
30.
Well, he doesn't have an angle. A little softer, he'd have the angle to go into the balls with the 13 for insurance. And he's going to try to get back to that 9.
I like taking the 13 off the table, maybe 9, 13, and then start working the balls.
Yeah, there are no problems up there.
But you got to take the 13 off the table, open up that pocket. He should shoot 9, 13, maybe a 10 on the side, break him with the 6.
9 ball.
Yeah, that would work.
31.
You know, pick off the loose balls down this end, so when he does break him with the 6 ball, he doesn't cause much congestion down here. I learned that watching all these fine players. You know, I'm a relatively inexperienced straight pool player myself, but I've learned quite a bit this week.
32.
Billy, you're always trying to make a game, Billy. You play
Danny.
straight pool. I've seen you play now for 25, 30 years. So how can you tell me you don't play straight pool?
Danny, I play at it, and I really never played straight pool with a, you know, I don't have any concepts of the game. I don't have a concept of it. I just never did. I just ran balls. I didn't know anything about insurance balls. Didn't care. I played it like once every year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, you did it all with stroke. This guy is going to do it all with finesse. Well, the 7. 7's a break shot. He can go the 2 ball. If he gets that 2 out of the way, the
Well,
1
he's gonna
and
get
8
it now.
go.
Yeah, he's going to get the 2 now. That way, when he comes off the 6 or probably the 15, he'll have the 1 and the 8. He's going to take a look at the situation now. This is about the correct time to evaluate the situation when there's about 6 or 7 balls left on the table.
Right, that's exactly it with straight pool. You can get 7, 8 balls off the table pretty quick, but that last 5 or 6, you better have a good pattern. You don't want to have to do tricks to get to break shots. It should be pip, pip, and one little stroke, and you're on the break shot.
Now, he's leaving the 2 ball in the position that it's in now. I don't know if I would do this, but let's see what he has in mind.
6.
Well, the 6 goes, but he's still got it. He took away the ball I thought can get to the 1 and 8, but he might try to get an angle to brush into those balls.
37.
And leaving the 14 as the insurance ball.
Or he could even, yeah, that, or he can even, it looks to me like he's got the angle now where he can go forward, brush off the ball, and have the 4 ball in that other pocket.
Now
No, he was trying that, but he goofed. See?
Well, he was preoccupied with the presence of the 7. He didn't want to move the 7, the potential break ball. That's why he hit it that softly, and it looks like it's ended up costing him. But remember, Strickland is on 2 fouls.
Yeah, that's the thing he has to remember right now. See, about 15 minutes has gone by now that Earl had his second scratch, and well, I'll tell you, usually at a pool tournament, there's a board, and it'll tell you that your opponent's on 2 scratches.
You know, I know what just ran through his mind, and I like to bet on it. He was thinking about kicking the 4 in, and he has totally forgotten that Earl's on 2. Now that's the inexperience showing there.
Right.
See, when you're a straight pool player, you're programmed to remember those kind of things. But being a 9-ball player and not a straight pool player,
but
it's very easy to forget.
I don't want to knock this tournament, but the thing is, there should be a board. There should be a board that tells you what condition the person's score is in. Earl is on 2, and he played a great safe here, but it could have been risky. There's no sense risking leaving a shot when the person's on 2. He just had to touch the cue ball on the 8 and let Earl go. Earl really can get out of this. I mean, he can.
He's going to play the 7 in the corner.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what the rule here is now. He's on 2 scratches. I mean, it's possible you could fly around and scratch here. Earl made a cardinal error. He had no business leaving Earl anything to shoot at. He was on 2 scratches. Like you said, he totally forgot due to the inexperience. I'll remind him later and aggravate him a little.
Yeah, you're good at that.
Yeah.
For years and years, that's been one of your best plays.
But it sounds like phony and a little dig at the person, but really,
it's
I want to make a lasting impression on him so he don't do it again. Right, it's constructive. Earl doesn't have a gimme here. I mean, the shot I'm sure he'll make, but he has to fall on this 8, and this is a funny little
angle. He might be going
to
to the corner, Danny.
Yeah. No, he isn't. But
no?
No, he got on the 4. This is a good shot. Got on the 4. What does his angle look like? Oh, he got almost straight in. There's not too much.
He might have to play the 8 here.
Yeah, I believe so. Or shoot the 4 and draw back and then shoot the 8.
Yeah, he may do that because of the position of the 4.
Yeah, that's what he did. Great stroke there. I don't know what kind of angle he has here. He might be able to roll right into the rack area.
Yeah, he can stop it in the rack.
And then have ball in hand. This came up a couple times. I don't know how many people out there know the rule. If you pocket the ball before the break shot and the cue ball winds up in the triangle, the cue ball goes behind the head string in hand anywhere. It's only if the final ball is behind the head string that the cue ball has to go on the spot. Now, I don't know if these 9-ball players know that. If that one were down behind the head string and he went in the rack, cue ball would be on the spot, and he can shoot the ball behind the head string.
If he's straight in, then he most certainly can stop it in the rack.
Yeah, I think he can roll in the rack, but it looks like he's not going to try that. See, I don't know if he knows the rules. He had an easy shot to roll into the rack. I don't really know if he has it in his repertoire to pick the cue ball up after it stops in the rack. I don't know if he knows that. That's another thing I'm going to tell him later. Look
at the angle he's trying to get on the 8-ball.
Yeah.
Now this is a very, very good break shot in the sense that it really wasn't an appealing one. It didn't look like he even had a break shot, but the position of the cue ball, the speed of the cue ball, it looks like he's now got a break shot 2 cushions behind the rack.
EFREN right now is recalling that he's pulling his hair out because he found out either he found out himself or someone next to him said he was on 2 scratches. And he, you know, he was so into the balls that he didn't think of that. But anyway, we've talked about EFREN 1 pocket, winning 8 ball, winning 9 ball. He's in the Final 4 in a straight pool tournament. He's also a great 3 cushion player, and that's where this may come in. He should go 2 rails behind the pile and smack him perfectly. You know that he's a great 3 cushion player.
Well, do you know that he could very well be the best balk line player in the world? I mean, he might be the best balk line player in the world. He told me that he's run 2-300.
Yeah.
18
That is straight rail. That is straight rail where you don't have to hit cushions. You just have to hit 2 balls and you score a point.
He said there's a man in India that he don't know if he can beat.
Well, that's amazing because Fat says he beat someone in India for $1.5 million. Maybe they got some players in India. I don't know.
And he plays with his opposite hand, unparalleled.
Here he can go into the pile. He's got the 9 for sure, or he can hope. Oh, there is no
got the
sure.
5 in the corner.
Got the 5. I think he had it in mind to shoot the 9 if he got locked up, but it turned out all right.
He's definitely starting to understand the value of an insurance ball, and he's utilizing it.
Yes, he is. And once again, what it does is in shock. EFREN is in shock. See, those are shots that neither of these fellows ever miss in 9 ball. You've played him 9 ball. Did you ever see him miss that?
Well, quite frankly, I haven't really seen him miss too many balls playing 9 ball. But when you play a new game you're totally unfamiliar with, especially a game like straight pool where you're shooting easy shots, when you get a half difficult shot,
And you want to know another thing? All the confidence he has in the other games, he is condemning himself a little bit right now and feeling a little self-conscious about forgetting that second scratch Earl was on, and you know, and I think that can affect your shooting ability if you dwell on it.
anything that can affect your demeanor at the table, you know, can affect your shooting ability.
That's why the great players are able to forget the last inning and go on with the game. You don't ever bring the last bad inning with you. But meanwhile, he didn't get punished much. Earl got up and ran. What did he run? 1 or 2 balls?
1 or 2 balls.
That is great to not get punished by a super player. You know, when you leave an open table, you know, that's one of the rules of straight pool. Whatever you do wrong, don't miss with open tables.
Notice how perfectly he struck that ball with his opposite hand. Look at the speed, perfect for the 10. Now once again he might decide to shoot it with his left hand because he's reaching across the 9 ball with his body. He doesn't want to foul it, so therefore he ought to possibly even shoot this shot opposite hand. That's how much confidence he has in shooting balls with his opposite hand. The 13 is a potential break ball. I believe it's high enough.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Now, I myself would leave the 3, 5, and 9, and what is it, 9 ball over there. I'd leave that for last. I don't know if he's going to do that.
Why is he not shooting the 4? I don't understand
I don't understand it either.
It opens the pocket for the 11 if he needs it later on.
Yeah, he's going to get those balls out of the way first. There's really no need to go back and forth in this kind of layout, but yes.
I see what he's going to do. He's going to play 5, 9,
3.
3, 4, 14.
Yeah, I think so.
3, 4, 14, 11.
That's all right, but can you see where right now he could have been going from the 9 to the 13 if he got the 4, 11, and 14 out of the way. But, you know, great players, you know, you can improvise, and there are many ways to go. The thing that makes one player better than the other is he finds the best percentage way to go every time.
He needs a little air from the cushion here. He wants to get off the cushion about 2 inches or so. He would like to stop after pocketing the 4.
Well, he don't have much room to cue the ball, but I think he's going to jack up and stroke it and stick the ball, and he'll be perfect. Oh, he's not perfect now. He got a little lucky, you know. He fell on the 11 pretty good. He's looking at us and smiling. I hope he isn't worried about impressing us. Play the game.
No, he doesn't.
Now he's looking at us like, boy, I did a dumb thing again. But he got away with it. He got away with it. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Oh, that ball looked like it bobbled. He was worried about it.
Oh, he hit the point 3 times.
Yeah, it was a 3 cushion shot. And in the end, self-conscious or not, he fell under 13 just perfectly. But he isn't controlling the ball like he did last night. You know, that was sort of accidental position.
Well, you have to give him the benefit of the doubt there. He elevated, and you know what happens when you elevate.
yeah.
You diminish the accuracy of the shot somewhat, and that's what he did. He just hit the E4 ball
And you have
just
to
a little
shoot
bit,
harder.
and he lost the cue ball.
On a 9-ball run, shooting the 13.
At the end of that particular rack, Reyes now leads in the match 51-2.
Still in jail, huh, Nick? How much? When you get out?
One year in Florida, EFREN came down there, and I took him to the dog track, and I gave him a bet, and he sat in the front row and fell asleep while his dog won and paid $120. Had to wake him up to tell him he won.
Run up
He said,
10.
easy, 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 better play than play pool.
The 15 ball, you can break him with that. That's a good ball to break him with. Open him up a little bit better.
And here's what I was talking about in the last match. You have not only insurance balls for going into the pile, you have insurance balls for playing intricate position. You either fall on the 15 real well, or you got the 10 or 11 for position. That's another thing you should look for.
15. 13.
Now he has to do a little work down at the left-hand bottom corner. The 9, 8, and the 5. He needs to eliminate those balls. He needs to eliminate the 8 for sure.
Well, if he does that, if he gets the 8 out of the way, then the 7 and 14 pass in that pocket where he's shooting 9. That's the kind of thing that would improve your game, is try to fall on balls that go to open up for other balls that pass. And that just gives you great cue ball.
And high runs.
You're right, because it takes the accidents right out of the game. See, that to me is a little different, because you could have tied up those 2 balls again. Never hit balls that go in pockets already. Try to fall on them.
I really can't find much fault in what he did, because he really didn't have a key ball to fall on the 14 and 7, and also the presence of the 11 may have hampered him somewhat. I like him. I like him going into that ball there and possibly creating 2 break balls.
Yeah, but he could have tied them up too. You know, it just passed. It could have been another little thing he had to work on.
Well, he's got a real good feel of the cue ball, and probably pretty much knew exactly where he was going to hit on the 7. Such a great player. He does things that,
8 ball.
that you couldn't believe were intentional, and I've seen him do it
17.
time and time again.
See, he's going to shoot the 1, the 11, the 14, but then he has no ball to fall on the 6 and 2, unless they're straight in combination. You know, that's possible too.
Well, if he shoots the 11, 14, he can play position. He can either make the 2 on the side or the 6 in his lower right-hand corner. I mean, he can
Well,
do
I don't think he'll do that. He's
Oh,
opening it up so he can fall on the 6 in the same pocket he's shooting the 14 in now.
a little farther up the table than he wanted.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. He knows right now he's losing the cue ball, but he's going to shoot the 2.
21.
He's got control of it now. 6, 11, 10, and the break shot. But he's got to make sure that he gets an angle on the 11 that's away from hitting the 7.
He's got to get on the top part of the 11.
This is one of those cases of overdoing it rather than underdoing it. He's got to stroke this and draw one rail. Oh, he had a little angle to force forward. That's
You know
perfect.
what I like here? I like playing position for the 10 in the corner. Just stopping the ball. You got automatic position and a perfect angle. Why draw back and get an off angle on the 10? We shoot using the 11 as the break ball. I thought he was going to use the 7 as a break ball.
Yeah, it had merit either way. You know, the thing about it is he's going to fall on the break shot.
10. 23.
Reyes now has 65 balls to Strickland's 2.
Mr. Reyes 65, Mr. Strickland 2.
And again, the 9-ball patience is being wore out here. Earl's got to sit. Not used to sitting. Worst thing ever happens to you, a 9-ball is you make a mistake, somebody may get 2 or 3 racks, not the whole game. Straight pull, he has to sit there cold and hope he gets another shot.
That shot is, break shot is dangerous because quite often I see players scratching off of the ball that comes off the bottom cushion when you
The
when you
end
use
ball
that break
hits
shot.
the cushion, the cue ball continues on, meets it in midstream, and glances into the pocket. Well, it glanced this time and went to the
Inside.
end rail.
Yeah.
And he got lucky because that's the only shot he had. But really, on the break shot, there's a little luck involved, or bad luck. But I don't see much problem now. See the insurance ball, the 8.
And when he shoots the 8, then the 3 goes. Now the 10 blocks the pocket for the 14.
27.
Yeah, I don't see much difficulty here because all the balls pass somewhere, and he's got control of the cue ball. No tough shots will come up. Shooting a 9 right now. That opens things up a little bit more.
28.
He's got some work to do.
Yeah, he's got a little work. He may try to open him up off the 15. He didn't get the angle.
He don't have to open them now. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. There's people who get up and hit things. I like shooting a 12, 1, 15 in the corner, 4 in the side. But he's going to go into them.
Well, the
He's
5
gonna
and
go
the
for
3, you know, nothing's going to hit the 14 here. That's what he's concerned about. And he's going to get a shot off this. He'll go into the 5, and the 3 will go around the area of the 10. Nothing will disturb the 14. So he's
over
got
the
shots.
top.
Well, he can shoot the 4.
He can make the 3 also, I
And he
believe.
can make the 3. So therefore, I thought that he used pretty good judgment in doing that. Now the balls are open. He don't have to worry about working the balls and being that exact.
No, he just has to worry about falling on the break shot now with the right pattern. And yeah, I mean, there's not going to be anything tough to pocket here.
31.
And he's going to use the lower break ball in the 3. And then he should try to get the 10 after he shoots the 5.
I don't know why he left
7 is
the
fine.
1 there. He's going to
play. He wanted to play 7, 10, 1, 2.
Yeah, that would have been a good layout. But he got that little funny angle on the 7 now.
Yes, he did. Now he may have to be forced to play a 7, 2, 10, 1. Unless he does something a little extra here. Now he's going to play the 10
He's going
now.
to the 10. This is what he wanted to do. And this layout now is just simple stuff.
But notice the way he played position for the 10. Now that is just like routine for him.
I know, you're right.
Where any other player would have probably,
It's not easy.
went
I
another
mean,
way.
He had to get to that rail with a little bit of left-hand English, and and it sometimes is risky. But he does that stuff so well. Here it is again. Stick. Here we are going again.
79 for Reyes, 2 for Strickland. And you mentioned to me the other day, you said EFREN's in a perfect position to win this tournament now. And that was, I think, almost 2 matches ago.
Yeah, well, of the people that are left, he has the most talent, and he's not going to be up against one of the world's top straight pool players. So, you know, he's looking pretty good.
Well, he had the most talent going into the tournament. And not out of the people that are left. He has
yes, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he doesn't.
In a final match, now, in other words, it's not Rimpey and Miserak playing on the other table that he has to deal with. You know, that would be a little different. He's playing other inexperienced straight pool players. That's a little bit better.
Okay. Well,
that's what I mean.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I know he had the most talent to start with. Again, he got the same little kick that he got last rack on the 6.
Did he use good judgment by hitting the break shot with the speed that he hit it with?
I like that. I have theories about that anyway, to, you know, break a few loose, fall on the balls like I say when they go, and it's a little nip, nip, nip. The thing about it is, if you miss, it's not an easy layout. The player has to get around the balls well. You know, I don't like that. Just whack him and hope. Control the ball. And if something goes wrong, your opponent has to work yet. He's perfect here. I mean, he just stroked the 9 into the balls. He's got the 10 next. He's looking at the 12, but I wouldn't know why.
Because he wants to use the 2, apparently, to open up the ball, sending some balls to the other side of the table. He's going to get close to the 2. Now he's going to open up the balls, hitting the 14. Well, he's looking at the 6, possibly, to open up the balls. He's shooting the 4, maybe the 6 next.
27.
Can you tell me what ball he's going to play position for right now?
Well, maybe the 1 or the, who knows?
See, that's what I'm talking about. The maybe and who knows, and there it comes.
Well, he didn't know either.
Yeah, and that's why I like going into the, you know, into the pile with the 9 and having the 10. You know, it looks like he's got the 1 ball, but he comes dangerously close to that side pocket.
Well, he's still learning as he's playing.
Yeah, and he's in rhythm, so I don't think any difficult shots are going to come up that he can't handle.
He crossed that hurdle, and don't worry, he's not going to forget. He'll remember that.
30.
Pat, can we have well, we do have an overhead. The 13 is high enough to utilize as a break ball.
Oh, it's once again no tough shots, just fall on a break shot.
Opposite hand coming up. Nope, it's going to
No,
stretch.
you know that he's kind of switched that now. I guess it's getting closer to the end now, and he's shooting fewer shots left-handed. That same shot the other night, he switched and shot left-handed.
7.
14.
33.
He could just tap the 2, possibly.
It might look like 14, 11, 10, 2, and 13.
34. 11 ball.
Or he could even go 11, 12, 13, 2. You know, either way.
He seems to favor the lower break shot, if you noticed that.
5.
I mean,
It's better cue ball control.
He's had choices now to shoot break shots, and he's usually gone to the lower break shot. So I look for him to play 10-2, 13.
36.
Yeah, that's where he's sitting now. Oh, he's losing the angle.
Now he's going to have to stretch if he stops the cue ball.
Now I think he has to shoot the 13. He can't stop the cue ball. He's got a bad angle. He might have to shoot the 13 and go 1 rail.
See, I think he can stop the cue ball because he went over to that side of the table to see if he
Yeah,
if he
that's
was
what he's
comfortable.
doing. That's what he's doing.
Now he's not on the angle that he took his practice strokes on. So he's
No,
on
right.
a different angle now.
He has to reach over.
He may even have to use the bridge. Not often do you see him use a bridge. Because it looks like he's going to have to shoot the 13 from the head end of the table. I don't know if he can shoot the 13 and stretch across the side of the table.
I believe that's what he'll try to do. I like this shot myself. You just go off the pile, a little left-hand English, and you go 2 rails and out to the center of the table.
Another thing that he does really well is stretch. He's so limber, and he just stretches, and he gets into positions you wouldn't think possible.
Well, he's trim.
He'll put that right leg and kick it way up in the air, and he'll stretch right on out.
37 ball run, shooting a 13.
This time the left leg. Look at him.
He's just going to pound these.
38.
Help.
He's got he's got the 5 in the side,
Yeah.
maybe.
That might be the only shot. The 9, that's no bargain over the top. This way he can cue the ball, and he can fall on the 15 easily.
Well, it's good that he can hit the bottom of the ball. He missed. Oh, I thought he missed it when he struck it.
Yeah, he thought so too. I mean, he
Jumped
had a little bit of a quick motion there.
He may move the 8 out here. But of course, there's really no reason to do that.
40.
Because he don't really want to cause more congestion on the right-hand side of the rack. There are quite a few balls over there now.
He got a little funny. He was trying to get to the 8, but he's got to ditch that idea and shoot the 6 in the side. Fall on the 2, I believe. 2, 8.
41.
No, he got a funny angle again.
The
No
9.
problems.
He may
but-
try to play the 9 here and maybe
Yeah.
just draw the cue ball into the 12, opening up the 7 and possibly knocking out the 14.
See, those balls are open. See, now he tied them up. They were more open before he hit them.
Well, that's really not a problem because of the position of both the 7 and the 14. He can loosen them up quite easily, especially with his cue ball control.
As long as he has an insurance ball.
43.
And that's a good thought. You have to make sure that you keep an insurance ball, if at all possible.
Just gives you better cue ball control, and it takes that little gamble out. Even if it's like 90 out of 100, you can do it one way. Another way, you can do it 99 out of 100. That percentage shows in long runs. That's what the thing about the insurance ball and the little nip stuff, controlling the cue ball. No accidents.
He would like to, I would believe, and I don't know what he's thinking right now. Let's see. Is he thinking about going into him off the 8? That would be a little risky, wouldn't it?
Of course, because he would have to billiard the 7 into the balls. But if he falls on the 7 good, I mean, there's no problem. He can nip the 12 and then have the 3. You know, if he can fall on that 7 just right. 4 is a good break shot. That's what he's trying to do. He can fall on the 7 here perfectly, nip the 12 and have the 3 straight in. I think that's
That's ideal if ever he's able to position the cue ball where he can do that. And he has positioned the cue ball. He has some equity in the shot. It's a little flatter than he wanted, though.
Yeah, he got a little straight.
Now he may have to be forced to bump the 3. Now he might have to bump the 3 here, like that. Work with it from this position. Not as simple as if he would be able to bump the 12, but still it's workable. And
Workable, and he's got the 12, and he made another break shot, so he can do whatever he wants now, if he can pocket this
He may
ball.
pound this one in. Nope. He's going to use the 3.
Sure.
I didn't notice that. I thought I had tunnel vision. I was guilty of tunnel vision, thinking that the only break shot he had was the 4.
He did until he nudged the 3 out.
Right. Then he was much aware.
And he fell perfectly here. The only thing you can do wrong here is fall straight in on the 2, and he's got a perfect angle now to come out, almost where he is right now.
51.
Perfect.
Cheating the pocket, creating a nice angle for position for the break ball, the 3 ball. And I believe he has 107 balls now.
97 for Mr. Reyes,
7 to
107
2.
to 2.
Shooting the 3 ball.
So really, Strickland hasn't had much of a chance here. He made a couple mistakes.
Early. That's
Yeah.
the thing in straight pool. Don't make those mistakes early with a great player, because they'll get 100 balls ahead of you like he did. And Earl is sitting there gazing into space or watching CJ play on the other table. He doesn't want to watch EFREN, I don't think. I mean, you can get discouraged watching EFREN because it's almost like giving up in the chair.
Watch out.
Uh-oh.
And he was guilty of not putting enough follow on the cue ball.
That shot don't call for follow. That shot calls for stroking it and drawing it out a little bit. And as we spoke, suddenly Earl has another chance. Now, if he can come with that 100 that he had last night, he's back in this game. The thing is, don't miss with an open table anymore, or it's curtains. You don't really have to run hundreds if you run 50s or 40s and don't miss, play safes or whatever. It's not necessary. One of the greatest players who ever lived ran 14s and was a world champion. Yeah, really. I don't know if you people heard of Frank Taberski. Did you ever hear Frank Taberski?
Yeah.
Well, he ran 14s and played safe, and he would take 20 minutes to run 14. And he caused them to come with the clock. You know, the clock's not a new thing in the game. Taberski forced them to come with a 30-second thing 50 years ago. Yeah.
The 11 and 3 resting on the bottom cushion, creating a little bit of a problem for Earl, which definitely needs attention. You know, he showed a little bit of impatience there by going into the 11 as early as he did.
He didn't have to do that. Yeah, he didn't have to go into that right now. It's like you said, the great word is impatience. There was no hurry to hit those two balls. You know, he has like 11 more balls on the table to do something with 12 balls.
And the reason was really inadvisable to do that because he didn't have an insurance ball if he happened to hit the 11 ball fully.
Right.
And that's exactly what he did. Now he has to come with a fairly difficult shot, either into 13 or possibly the 9. I look for him to play to 13. He's gathering his thoughts now, and he's trying to get his composure back, and that's good.
Well, when you're 100 balls behind with an open table, you don't want to have to shoot this 13. But this will be a test of his heart, which we know he has. Mixed with a little confusion, though, you know, things are a little tougher. He's going to shoot the 13.
Hit it very nicely.
Split the wicket. Split the wicket. It was just casual, get up and shoot it in. I myself wouldn't like to be shooting that at that time of the game.
I don't know of anyone who would, trailing by almost over 100 balls, knowing that he's hanging by a thread and one mistake could spell curtains for him.
Well, I think right now he should shoot the 7, draw out, and open the 2.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got that kind of angle. But you see another thing about being a little bit confused. You don't shoot your ordinary rhythm. You know, Earl is a little faster player than this, you know, and that could hurt him. See, he didn't have the right angle a little while ago on the 7. He's trying to get there.
Now the angle that he has,
He may destroy the 15.
He may destroy his potential break ball in the 15. I like your idea of drawing out, brushing the 2, and not even disturbing the 15.
Well, he can't shoot the 7 yet. He has balls. The 8, he can fall on the 7 perfectly.
And then he has the 14 for the insurance ball. No, he has to be careful on this angle not to move or destroy the 15.
He won't.
Now he has 2 nice key balls, the 1 or the 2. I would use the 2.
Well, again, that 2 isn't automatic. If you get straight, you're not going to fall on the 15 too easily.
You're going to probably play 11, 9, 3, 1, 2.
I think the time is nigh to hit EFREN with something.
Well, he got a little out of line. Now he may have to go to the 2-1 here.
Nothing wrong with that.
But this actually, in my opinion, demands more cue ball control than going from the 1 to the 2 to the break shot. Because now he wants to attain a straight-in shot on the 1, either in the corner or the side.
Right.
And if he gets a little off angle going for the side, he may have a problem recovering.
But if you go off, you want to go off on the angle like this. Now, he's a little mad at himself, but really he made a good shot. You want to get, if you're going to get off angle, do it going this way rather than cutting it the other way. Because now he can still force the cue ball, center ball, hit the Brunswick, and come straight up to the 15.
And the center ball is probably the correct way to execute this particular shot, because the cue ball will pick up natural English after you cut the 1.
Right.
Just enough where it'll come right back in line for the break shot on the 15.
I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people don't know that. When you cut a ball, the friction of cutting spins the cue ball. And that's why English really isn't necessary, on the hit on the cue ball. A lot of times the ball you hit will put the English you need.
And he was a little apprehensive about shooting that shot. Notice the distance between the cue ball and the object ball. Had he had more confidence in that particular shot, he then would have gotten the cue ball a lot closer to the break shot. But he wasn't really confident in shooting that shot. Now he has to be satisfied with a longer break shot.
Yeah, but I think that he'll handle this. If anything, Earl can shoot straight,
Yeah.
and he feels good about this shot.
Distance has really never been much of a problem for Strickland.
Not playing 9-ball. Well, what do we have here now? 106 to 16 in favor of EFREN Reyes. Just perfect, clean stroke. He still has a few things to do here. 14 might pass.
16.
Combination time, I think. 8-1.
He would like to move the 11 that blocks the pocket for a potential break ball in the 2. And the 2 is an excellent break ball. It'll push balls to the right-hand side of the rack, possibly to create a break ball for him on that side of the rack.
Right, and the cue ball don't get lost.
Now, he doesn't want to do this. Now, that was uncalled for, I thought.
Yes, but now I don't know if the 2 goes, but if it does, he got where you said he would try to get.
But I don't think that was a good,
no, not planned for
judgment.
sure.
You know.
Well, he's a little confused because, like I said, he's playing much slower than he ordinarily does. He's going to shoot the 9 and go into the balls, I think.
I like the 2 going into the balls, and I do believe the 2 will pass the 11. Pat, is there any way we can get a look at it from the top?
It's close. I'll tell you what, it's too close to mess with. Yeah, forget about it.
It's pretty close.
Yeah,
I'm sure if it would have gone, he would shoot it now, because he's looking and looking and looking, and that's automatic, providing that it goes.
See, I'm surprised he's looking to shoot the 3 now. The way he shoots balls in, the 9 would be his style to go right into the 2. Plenty of insurance. This is a haphazard. He just got up and shot the balls. Now he's got the 14.
He's fortunate to have the 14. He brushed the 5 and it sent him in perfect line for the 14
Yes,
break
he did.
ball. And you're right, that was haphazard. And
And he missed the ball, therefore. That's what I'm talking about. The man doesn't have the shooting ability in straight pull that he has in 9-ball, mixed with the confusion and the breakage of his rhythm. Well, before the tournament started, Earl told me that straight pool is not only a good game, it's a great game. He loves it. I hope he loves it when this match is over.
32.
And on the adjacent table, in the match between C.J. Wiley and Nick Vlahos, the two only undefeated players left in the tournament. I believe it's 67 to 25. Wiley.
And the winner of this
67-25,
match
Wiley.
plays the loser of that match.
And ACCUSTATS will also bring you that match. It'll either be Reyes or Strickland against the loser of the Wiley-Vlahos match. And if things continue on the way they started out, it figures to be Reyes and Vlahos.
Vlahos? I mean, yeah. But they have a long way to go yet over there.
No, I understand that. I just said if they continue on the way they
Yeah.
started, it figures to be that. Does he look like he's going to use the 7 as a break ball?
Yeah, I think the 6 passes, and if he can get on the 6 straight in, he can stick and have the angle on the 7. But only thing is, he got a little out of line here on the 13. If he got straight in on this, he could get the 4, 5, and 10 with no problem. But again, he got the wrong angle. You're supposed to favor getting the other angle.
No, he may go into the 5 here. He would like to go into the top of the 5.
6.
He's got the 5, and he also has the 10 on the side. But shooting the 10 on the side, he has to elevate.
Yeah. He may fall on the 6 in the side to get to the 7.
Yeah, he would probably need a good key ball to play position for the 6 in the side, because it really isn't that big of a pocket.
Well, he can get straight in on this 10. If he gets straight in on the 10, he can do whatever he wants.
Looks like he's going to go upstairs for the 6, playing position for the 6 in the corner.
I think so.
Yeah, but he has to make
I
sure
don't
that he's going to go underneath the 6, playing it either for the corner or the side. Now he's out of line. He's out of line here. How about that masse shot, that trick shot that you go up in the air, you apply inside English on the cue ball, cutting the 6 and bringing the cue ball back.
He does that 9 ball, but I don't think he's even thinking about it here. He decided to go a rail first off the break shot. That always is a little risky. You don't control the cue ball as well, and you don't hit the pile with as much authority.
For Mr. Reyes.
I believe it's a wrong score. He had, 6 balls? Well, that's probably right, 5 balls. It's 116 for Reyes, 20 for Strickland. Wiley's still at the table running balls. He's probably gotten himself at least 60 plus balls at this point. Or 70 balls, I should say.
Run a 10, shooting the 7 ball.
Oh, what a stroke he laid down here. Okay, what does he have?
I don't really see anything wrong with that, do you?
Well, not the way it turned out. You know, it's not a conventional break shot. I mean,
But he was close to the ball, which made it a lot easier.
Yeah, but he's been close to other balls he missed. You know, that is a great stroke. That is a great stroke.
32.
CJ keeps going and fell on another break shot.
Wiley, 81. Mr. Vlahos, 25. 34.
Well, it looks like he's going to go into him here, Danny.
Softly. This is that shot again. I hate to keep repeating, but it's so knowledgeable for people. This creates having to do things softly and controlling the cue ball. You don't have to smack those balls. They're not glued together. You just have to nudge them, and they usually open up. In this case, it looks like 11 goes in the side pocket, or even in this corner where he's shooting the 4, and he shouldn't have any problems. That's what he's doing right here.
And if he shoots the 11 off, it should open up the the pocket for the 5.
He's all right. He can just stroke it here. He's got the 1 for sure.
37.
I would save the 2 balls in the center of the table as my key balls.
To get to what?
Oh, is the 8 out?
I don't know. It's too close to the
No,
pile.
it's too close to the rack. It may even be in the rack.
It's out, but it's awful close. You know, and anytime that ball's real close to the pile, it makes things a little difficult.
He's going to move it out a little bit further now. He's going to bump it just a tad.
Right, and the
just a tad. This is one of the
ball is the 1. This is a good shot.
This is one of the shots that you executed very well. The little soft roll shot.
Right.
And now the 8 ball is a very, very good break shot.
Yeah, 1, 13, 14, 2, 15, some order like that. He can do anything with the 2 and 15. He can shoot them in different order, but I believe those will be the last 2 balls before the 8 ball.
13.
It might be 13, 14, 15, 2 ball.
Either way, it'll probably
Right.
suffice.
14.
He has the ability to position the cue ball just in the area that he wants it a high percentage of the time.
43. 9 ball.
Yeah, he's liking it here. He's got to be feeling pretty good. He's going to get to.
Now this shot right here isn't as easy as it seems.
You're right. He overdrew it a little bit.
Yeah, that's why if given a choice, you know you would rather play position for the break ball by following a shot instead of drawing it like that.
Well, not only that, you'd rather get to the key ball where you just stick it. There's no control involved. If you have to follow it a little ways or draw it, especially draw it, you can have bad speeds.
Like we just witnessed.
See, if he got on the 2, then it would have been stick on the 15. But he's fine. I don't know. We're talking like it's disastrous. He's at 130 to 20 and still at the table. Meanwhile, CJ missed over there, and now Nick Vlahos is up.
This requires a very, very thin hit, which he's very adept at shooting.
Just hit the cue ball, center ball, and pop it, and you'll get a shot. He didn't pop it. See, that was, I mean, he may have the 12 in the side or the 5 in the side, but that shot, he kind of cinched.
He didn't hit it with velocity.
Right.
He should have went ahead and stroked it.
Just stroke it, and you figure to have a better shot than this.
Yeah, he had to either work his way through the stack or bounce off the stack, one of the two. He just rolled it in there and stuck in the stack.
Well, he's looking like the 12 goes, and if that's the, well, I don't know. There's something about it that isn't obvious, I guess, because if he can make this in the side, he can roll to the 9 and 10. He hit the 5 first and didn't make the ball. That was because he had bad control on the 2 to get to the 8. Then he had to cinch the 8 and not open them well. Big difference. We're talking about an inch here or there. That's why there's really no game like straight pool. I mean, inches mean so much more than a 9 ball.
131 to 20. And now that we have a little time, I like to acknowledge the major sponsors of this event. They are Skillful Vending and Spot Shot Billiards. Also, Dufferin and Simona's 860 Cloth. And the PBTA also showed their support, and we show our appreciation to the sponsors. Hopefully they'll have this tournament again next year.
Well, they're talking about moving it to a hotel next year. Earl's playing position to feel bad, it looks like. He's fine, and he was waving his hand like it didn't work right.
Mr. Vlahos 32, Mr. Wiley 88. 6 ball. Shooting the 15 ball. 7.
He missed that ball because he was anxious to go into the pile again. There was no rush to go into the pile. The 4 passed. He has to learn to do that little picking that I've been speaking about, and then his straight pool game will improve. It's not going to improve shooting shots like that. He was in a hurry. That's what he was waving his hands about. When he hit that cluster, he felt like they didn't open clearly, and he don't know that you have other chances to do that. He's in a hurry to break them. That's the terminology there, and that's a flaw. Well,
I also like to acknowledge some of the fine cue makers that supported this event also, with Paul Motti out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Tim Scruggs, Sam Sarah, and Giuseppe Cues. Our thanks goes out to those fine cue makers that help support this event also. Thank you.
Well, EFREN got to where he has to fall on one break shot. And I don't see one at the moment unless he picks the balls around. The 14 is a good break shot, but he might have to brush it here.
No, he's got an angle on the 7 where he can follow it, I do believe, if he would, in recover and get on the other side of the 14 or the 2. Both the balls are out of are potential break balls, the 14 and the 2.
Yeah,
he
that
should
would
shoot
be
the
the
7
shot.
and follow here.
Right. He's got to get to make sure he shoots on the hard side. Now, he's going to fall on the 2 or 15.
Yeah, well, he had a good angle. I thought that he had to do something with it, and obviously
you thought
was
he had
wrong.
you thought he had to go one rail, but he just set perfect. Now he's going to leave the 15 for the key ball, fall on the 14 with.
Yeah, he's going to probably play 6, 9, 5. That's the angle that he has on the 6.
Yeah. 6, 9, 5, 15, 14. And it could be pack your bags, EARL Strickland.
EFREN at the table, leading in the match by the score of 131 to 22 prior to this little run that he's on. He'll finish with 142 after this rack is concluded.
10. 15.
And now he needs only 8 balls to close out Strickland. And I also would like to acknowledge a couple fine bridge makers, and that is Joe Russo. Now, we've been playing with the Russo bridge for years, and it's always been regarded as the best bridge you can play with. And there's a young man by the name of Mike Danner out of Seattle, Washington, that has designed another bridge. It's certainly worthwhile mentioning, and when we learn to play with this bridge, I don't think we'll want to put it down. It's called the stretch system.
Is that the bridge that has like string over the top of the stroke? See, that takes the place of your index finger, and in your follow-through, you don't go up over the cue ball. That kind of keeps the stick on the follow-through right down on its plane. Now, that's a great idea, but I really think that's adding too much to it.
Well, there's a lot of other things you can do with that bridge. A lot of things that you can do with that bridge that you cannot possibly do with any other bridge.
Oh, it's a great bridge.
And EFREN Reyes now only needs 7 balls, and they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out in the open. And so therefore he's going to have to do something to come up with another ball.
He might kill the cue ball here and shoot the 1 next. Ooh, never a doubt. Never a doubt.
Yeah, he had that in mind. That's why he hit the the 13 so thickly because
right. You have to hit that on the full side to control the cue ball, and that's what he did. He's got the 15.
And he's got the match.
Yeah, it looks like this can go in the record books.
15.
Strickland sitting very dejected in his chair.
Yeah, he needs 4 more balls.
17.
And one more victim for Reyes, starting out with Garcia. Then Wiley defeated him. Then he played Lane, beat Lane, Tommy Rocco, Jimmy Rimpey, and now he can add Earl Strickland to his list of victims. Actually, this match went quite quickly.
Very fast. Very fast. This is the game ball here.
This is game ball.
This is my favorite shot for the game ball right here. I never miss it.
150. Reyes, 22 Strickland.
Now, Earl's out of the tournament, but he wants to practice yet. You know, I don't know what. I guess this like calms himself down. I'd like to talk to Earl, tell you the truth. EFREN won the game. We had a good interview with EFREN.
Well, if you want to talk to Earl, you're more than welcome, because you'll be talking to him by yourself. What we're going to do is we're going to do an interview on the floor. So I'll be down on the floor in just a moment. So bear with us. Thank you. Okay, Pat, Rick, I'm here with EFREN Reyes. Reyes has just defeated Strickland 150-22. At the beginning of the tournament, you were a little bit rusty out there. Not rusty, I mean a little bit sloppy in your straight pool play. Very little experience in the game. You really didn't particularly care for the game. How do you feel about the game now?
Right now, I play good. Maybe I got a good luck for him because he played too bad. Maybe I'm going to win it.
Do you think you have a chance to win this tournament?
Pardon?
Do you think that you have a chance to win this tournament now?
Oh, maybe. Good chance.
Usually you're pretty modest, you know. You don't like to brag and stuff like that, but I think I can see that strut in your step. You know, when you're walking around the table, you're walking around the table with a lot more confidence now.
Oh, yeah. Maybe sometimes I get a little nervous. But this time I got a good feeling.
You're starting to play the game extremely well, running 123 balls last night. And how did you think of that? What did you think of that run last night?
That's only once in a lifetime. I might not do that anymore.
Oh, I don't think so. I think that you're going to run a lot of hundreds, you know. And since the beginning of the tournament, and the first day the tournament started until now, how much do you think you've improved?
For what?
In straight pool. Have you improved?
I'm improved a little bit right now because I'm watching a lot of good players here.
There's a lot of things you've picked up since the tournament began. Is there any one particular person that taught you anything about the straight pool?
Sometimes it's not only one. A lot of people, they know a lot of safety, they know how to run out. I just pick up to anybody.
I noticed that when you're not playing, you're in there in the commentary booth just watching the real good players play. And you're watching them for a reason, aren't you?
Yeah.
You want to win this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Well, anyways, congratulations on your win against Earl Strickland. You're going to have to play the loser of the Vlahos-Wiley match. So no matter who it is, good luck. Okay, we just talked with EFREN Reyes, and he's starting to feel pretty good about his game, and you can see why. He played excellent pool today. So this is Bill Incardona saying thanks a lot for supporting ACCUSTATS. We'll be back with the loser of Vlahos and Wiley against the magician EFREN Reyes on the feature table.